Yo guys, Dinklepoop here and welcome back to another video. We're over here on some Black Ops 6 because quite frankly I'm running out of ideas. Nah, real quick, I want to apologize for the last couple of days. I know I've been pretty much MIA and son of a bitch, I've said this so many goddamn times already. Fun fact, I've tried to record this video too many fucking times, but for some reason my brain just does not want to clip. I'm a little on edge, a little fucking heated, tilted, fucking tweeter-pated. I apologize. I tried to make this video last night, but I was kind of having some computer issues because I upgraded my GPU. I was using a 30 series card, which isn't bad, but they are kind of on the lower side of the RTX, line, I would say. Especially the 3050. It seemed to really struggle with a lot of the games that I wanted to play. Everything that I was running, I had to downscale or upscale, or everything had to be running on low. I'm now using a 50 series card, and I can't lie to you, I'm fucking cheesing because this thing is phenomenal. But I was having some issues kind of just getting everything fine-tuned and making sure my game was running the way I wanted it to run. Now, it looks fucking phenomenal. I'm getting almost 300 FPS sometimes here in multiplayer. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm also using DLSS 4. Turn your mic off, it's trash, which does help a lot. Now, my only issue with using the AI-generated shits, software and shit like that is I feel like they add a decent amount of, a decent amount of input delay, latency. Now, the only other frame generation I've ever used was AMD FSR 3, which is part of my CPU because I have a Ryzen 5 5500. It's not a bomb-ass CPU. It's good, don't get me wrong. I love the CPU. AMD, I will give it to them, bro. When it comes to their price for performance, it is spot the fuck on. The 5500 is about a $200 CPU, and you get about $200 worth of performance out of it. I wouldn't say I'm on par with my GPU now. I would say my GPU is a little bit better than my CPU. So I would like to upgrade to a Ryzen 7 or something. I feel like that would be fucking awesome. But the main reason why I even upgraded my GPU in the first place was, of course, the struggle that I had with a lot of the games that I wanted to play. But I also want to upgrade my monitors to 1440p. And I feel like if I was already struggling on 1080p on low settings, I was probably going to struggle on 1440p. Now, not saying that I expect to get 250 FPS when I upgrade to 1440p, but now I shouldn't have to worry about not getting 120 frames per second. You know what I mean? Because for me, that is my go-to because at least that's on par with console. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's how much can you really push out of these, budget components? But like I said, I don't know. The 5060 that I have now is fucking pumping. Okay, I'll tell you what, it's kicking ass, man. And like I said, I also have DLSS on, and I'm not noticing even a lick of input delay. So, in my opinion, it's a lot better than AMD FSR 3, but again, I was using that off my CPU, which, again, is not state-of-the-art. But I don't know, it's nice to see over 200 FPS in COD now. It's nice. Like I said, I apologize for the last few days of my, inactivity. I do plan on streaming a little bit more, because games like Terraria, for example, are just, I don't know, getting it all stuffed into a video is pretty hard, especially if, you are starting a new world and there's just a lot to do, so it's just easier to stream that game and then stream it for fucking 4 or 5 hours at a time. But again, with streaming, there's just this weird anxiety that I get every time that I go live. And of course, maybe it's because I'm live and actually in front of people and I can't cut out my stutters or anything like that, you know what I mean? There's no room for fuck up while you're streaming. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't cut out every little fucking stutter that I do in my videos, but there's a lot that does not make it into the video. And it's not that I can't sit and say everything that I want to say. It's just that sometimes there's weird pauses in between shit that I'm trying to say, or I'm trying to think of the right words and it just doesn't flow right and the video just stutters. You know what I mean? It doesn't flow right. I'm dead. We're live. I don't know, it's just kind of how I've always made my videos. They've somewhat been some sort of cut calm. I'm dead. Never mind, he's dead. But yeah, like I said, I know I say that a lot, holy shit. Terraria, more than likely, you won't see too many videos on. You'll more likely see more streams. Now, Elden Ring, for example, I do want to make more videos on. But the thing is about Elden Ring is, I don't know, there's times where I'll end up recording for 4 or 5 hours at a fucking time just because it's been loss after loss after loss trying to complete an expedition and get to the main fucking boss. Don't get me wrong, it's harder when you're playing with randoms, or harder, for example, I'm still learning the game, so there's a lot that I don't know, and, I'm not maximizing my damage or, my strategies the best way that I can. So I do tend to follow, I do tend to follow the fucking leader, man. I've learned a decent amount. I think I have about 2 more bosses in the base game before I've pretty much beat it. But I feel like the thing is about Elden Ring, it's funny to watch. I feel like it doesn't get too much attention, which, I'm not too worried about the videos getting too much attention. I do like to, play the games that I want to play for the channel, but I also want to play games that you guys want to see. So if Elden Ring is something that you guys are just not really into, then I don't know, I may upload it, but I may not. You know what I mean? Now, there's other games that I've been looking at. Like, there's this game called, I think it's called Celeste, but it's a If you know anything about platformers, you know that they are some of the most rage-inducing fucking games on the entire planet, especially for somebody with a smooth brain like me. So I don't know, I've looked into playing that maybe, doing a little mini-series on it. There's a couple of other games I've been looking at, like Expedition 33. I haven't played that at all. I heard that's pretty fun. There's, I've been thinking about going back and playing like some of the Lego games, just kind of for the nostalgic feel. So like we could make a decent series out of like, for example, like Lego Star Wars. Like that's nine games, you know what I mean? So I could do like 9 parts of that, each part an episode of, you know, Star Wars. I feel like that would be really dope. You know, just things like that. I want to incorporate more videos on the channel. Like I said, Call of Duty isn't going anywhere, even if the game is complete dog piss that year. More than likely, there will always be Call of Duty in between these episodes, you know what I mean? Just because, like I said, Call of Duty is the backbone of the channel, as sad as it is to say, one of my safe places. As much as this game makes me want to put my fist in my goddamn screen, played it for so long at this point, it's just, I don't know, it's second nature almost. So I'm close to getting Dark Matter on this. I need to get Dark Spine, I need to get 2 more triple kills, but I don't know how quick that's gonna go. I'm not too stressed about it, but you know, it would be cool to get that unlocked. Now, as I've stated, I upgraded my GPU, so I'm able to do a little bit more with my PC and not have to worry too much about it fucking blowing up on me or something. So I do want to go back and play a couple other games. Now, if you guys have been here for a little minute, you guys know that I've also streamed like PoE. There's a new economy in the game, and I have not remotely fucking touched it. Well, I can't lie. I'm like level 3, I think. But I have barely played the game. So I don't know. I've been thinking about going back and streaming that a little bit. But again, I'm not too sure. If there's anything you guys want to see, definitely drop it in the comments below. I'll take a look at it. If it's complete buns, I don't know if I'll play it. But, you know, for the most part, if it's a decent game that I haven't played before, if it has challenges, whatever the hell you guys want to see, drop it in the comments, man. I'm trying to find the words for it, but those are the words. If you guys want to see any games, any challenges, any fucking experiment, let me know in the comments below. Now, there's really not too much that comes to my brain because it's hard to know what everybody wants to see. Of course, like I said, I'm going to play the games that I want to do and that I want to play. Don't blow up, thank God. But again, I want to make sure you guys are enjoying the content that's being, you know, displayed for you. It's fucking bullshit. I knew he was going to blow up that fucking truck. Ego challenge. But yeah, like I said, I apologize for the last couple of days. Like I said, I try not to do that too often, but sometimes this adult shit gets just way too much, man, and I just needed to take some time. I was lacking my creative initiative, so it was hard for me to actually have the motivation to just fucking press the record button, which shouldn't be that fucking hard, but sometimes it is. And those are the habits that I'm trying to break. Now, I've heard that there's a bunch of new leaks for Black Ops 7. And as I've stated before, I've tried to stay away from any leaks or anything like that for the most part. Now, obviously, it's pretty hard, especially when it's all over the place on YouTube. A lot of these COD YouTubers are covering the new CODs. But, like I said, I try to stay away from it as much as possible, just purely because I don't want to know right now, you know? I just don't. But yeah, like I said, I don't know. I'm loving this fucking graphics card so much. I'm actually able to run decent graphics and still get bomb-ass performance. Now, not saying that I wasn't getting decent performance out of the 3050, but I can't even lie to you and say that I don't want to push my computer a little bit more because I don't want to have to run low graphics. You know, if I want to play a game and actually enjoy it for the visual aspect of it, I want to be able to do that. COD, for example, I do keep the settings lower, like for like shadows and stuff like that, because it's easier to see in those darker corners. I don't know, it's somewhat of a cheat, because there's a huge difference between like Call of Duty on console with its shading. Like it's really like the shaders, bro. The fact that you can't see in certain corners because the shadows are turned to max, you know, it's shit like that. But now I can actually run the game at 1080p and I don't have to downscale or anything like that to get the performance that I want for the video. But yeah, like I said, I tried to make this video last night and it just did not go the way I wanted it to at all. Of course, I had to do some fine tuning, get my game the way I wanted it to run, and I was having some issues with the display. Like my Elgato was not recognizing like that it was plugged into the fucking graphics card. So part of me kind of panicked and thought, oh wow, I bought a broken fucking graphics card. But no, it's good. We're chilling. Yeah, you're fucking trash. Screw you. You know what? I'm coming back. I'm coming back, pussy. Yep. Yep. It's fine. I'm not even mad.
Tactical spotted. Semtex front.
Please still be alive. I was having fun. Ha! Bitch. But yeah, more than likely the next episode will probably be on some Elden Ring, just because I'd like to complete the game on, you know, on video. I wanted to go through every expedition on video. To be real with you, I got lazy. I really should have done that because it would have been a pretty damn good series. But I wasn't thinking like a YouTuber. I was thinking like a bitch. So, I don't know. I apologize for that. More than likely, I'll end up going back through the game, just playing it on different characters and stuff like that. Completing all the journey shit for the notebook and stuff like that. Because the game does have a lot of content, and I was deceived. But kind of the same thing with Elden Ring itself. Like, I've thought about going back and playing the game just because it's been a fat minute since I've actually sat and beat the game. So it'd be fun to play the game again. And yeah, if that's something you guys want to see, if you guys want to see me run through Elden Ring, hell yeah, let me know. That would be a pretty dope series as well. Go ahead and wrap up this video. Again, like I said, I apologize for the last couple of days. Like I said, I try not to let that happen too much, but it's just sometimes shit happens, right? But we got a nice little upgrade, so the PC's running fucking running smooth. I think my next little upgrade I'm gonna do is probably trying to upgrade my CPU, and then maybe even upgrading my monitor after that. Like I said, I do want to incorporate some other games. If there's any games you guys want to see, definitely let me know in the comments below. Real quick, I want to give a word from the sponsor. I think it was yesterday, actually, we released a new flavor. It's Japanese yuzu. It's actually really nice. It's supposed to be a mixture of, I believe, grapefruit, lemon, lime. I don't actually remember the third flavor off the top of my head. I apologize. But it's supposed to be a nice citrus, smooth, refreshing drink. My favorite, like I said, is the Calio Cream, which is also a very citrusy one, but more on the, like, it tastes like a dreamsicle. So if you've ever had a dreamsicle, you'll know exactly what it tastes like. I will tell you it tastes exactly like a dreamsicle. That's just my opinion. I haven't ordered it yet. I do plan on getting a tub of it, at least one, but I don't know. I'm not too big on citrus. I just wanted to let you guys know that we do have a new flavor, and it does seem to be popping off. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. If you guys did enjoy, like, comment, and subscribe. All my socials are in the description below. The top description is DUBBY, and I will see you guys in the next one. Deuces.